I'm bringing my water because, you know, like anything else that happens, I woke up this morning with a tickling in my throat. So hopefully I'll get through that. I really appreciate the opportunity to stand in front of you. Most of you out there, a lot of you know that I've been around for a very long time in Louisville. It's passed so quickly. But I don't know how many of you know the story of how I got here, so I'm going to spend a few minutes with that. People usually don't know this part of the story. In 1973, I graduated from high school, so that kind of gives you my age. And I decided I would not go to college. I decided that I had a very good idea I was going to be a farm wife. Now, there's two problems with that. One is I'm not domestic, and we were right in the middle of the worst farm economy in 50 years. So, but I did it. I jumped right in, helped my husband with his family farm, and things started going south because interest rates were 18%. And the next thing you knew, we were hearing from the bank that we were in serious danger of losing the family farm. And they were getting ready to sell the machinery. Now, if you have a farm, you know, you cannot do much without machinery. So I said, you know, something's got to give. So I decided I'm going to do something about it, and I enrolled in college. I already had 2 children. My youngest was 6 weeks old. So I trucked myself over to E-Town Community College with a 6-week-old, and the bug bit me. I was in love with school. I was in love with accounting, the whole thing. So I finished there and went to U of L and got finished in 3.5 years. Now, along the way, a few decisions are key, as you all know. A few people you meet, a few jobs you take. So the first good decision I made was I did not go to work in Elizabethtown. I went to work in Louisville. That was number one. The second one was my second job. I went to work with John Chilton in tax instead of KPMG in audit. I really did it because I didn't want to travel. I had 2 kids. They were little. And I was still helping on the farm, which we never lost, by the way. We actually got it paid off, and it's been very productive since then. But I made some other decisions. John Chilton and I left where we were at the firm in 1988 and started our own firm. And then in 2009, we merged that firm with Mountjoy Bressler. So you look back and you think, what if I had not made those decisions? Or what if some other decision had been made? But those decisions are key, aren't they? Those people you meet, those people that help you. You know, I learned a lot with the farming, though, that, you know, you can be the best manager in the world and it still may not work. So I have to admit to you that rain is still important to me, but now it's rain making, right? But you also don't take anything for granted. So when John Chilton and I started our firm in 1988, we started with 5 people. Our budget was $350,000. And today we're at 36 million and 270 people. So I have to say, I'm not the most likely person to be standing here, I'm the least likely, but I'm thankful for it every day. Now, it didn't happen overnight because I drove to work every day, 45 miles. I'm still doing it. That's each way. But when I pull into Louisville and turn off the interstate and start heading towards Minor Tower, I am so thankful for what Louisville has done for me. Because they accepted me. How could I have done this without all of you all? I mean, a lot of you out there are clients, and you believed in me. You believed in the firm. So it's incredible. But you know, when I look out at, when we have a Christmas party, we just had it last week because it was delayed due to weather. And I look out and I look at all the folks that agreed to come to work with us and agreed to stake their careers on our firm. And I'm just incredibly thankful. We right now have over 200 people working in Louisville and Jeffersonville that believe in what we're doing. But again, it didn't happen overnight. There's a lot of extra hours. I've been always focused on how to make Louisville better. I worked to make sure the bridges happened. I made sure that I'm working in economic development now with GLI. And it's just something that is a part of me because it springs from that thankfulness. But then you think about, I'm doing it also to set an example for the team that's in my office. And they're incredible. We're probably 50% women as partners and principals. And they're tremendous women. And, you know, they do more than you can imagine to make sure that their careers are on track and their families are in good shape. But the men in the office are also important because they put up with us, and I think they know that somehow it works if there's more of a balance than just one-sided. We don't have a glass ceiling. We don't even have a screen. You know, everybody, we don't see gender, we don't see race. It's all for one and one for all. You know, as I've made these decisions and I look back at how important each one was, I think about where will we go from here? And, you know, when John and I started our firm, we had no idea that we would be as big as we are. We didn't really think about that. We just thought about how to be the best we could be. And that's what we focus on now, is how do we make sure you've got passionate team members and then raving clients, because that's the key to it. This past year, we had a great honor. We had the International Inside Public Accounting is a magazine that publishes statistics for accounting firms, and we finally made it to the top 100, which means all the CPA firms in the country are ranked based on revenue, and we got to number 82. It was a milestone that was very important to us. But when I looked at the list of managing partners, there was only one, and that was me. And I was thinking, how did a girl who thought she was going to be a farm wife, who made a few good decisions along the way, end up in this seat? And it's pretty amazing. The other amazing thing is, in accounting, you know, there's a lot of women in accounting. Why is there only one female managing partner in the top 100? Because we still have a long way to go. Now, in closing, to think about what else do I want to do from here? The legacy that I leave is important to me, but it's more about making sure people who are following me believe in themselves and in what we're doing as a firm. And it's more about making sure they're inside, they have the confidence to lead and the confidence to continue the firm for a good long time, hopefully. Now, in closing, I just want to say one thing. You know, there's one of my favorite Broadway plays is Wicked. It's not that I'm that wicked, but there's a good message that I really want to leave you with. It says, you know, this is how I really live, is because of you, I have been changed for the better. Because of you, I have been changed for good. And that's what I do every day. Thank you.